One. All right, everybody, we are back live. It is a new quarter. Today is the beginning of quarter 2, 2023. A couple of things that happened last quarter. We've been working diligently. I know we've missed a few calls. I've been traveling like crazy, but I wanted to share with you guys some amazing things that happened last quarter that is really preparing the groundwork of where we're at and where we're going. So we did have a leadership retreat in Orlando. Amber created this amazing graphic, which she does amazingly, of giving crap in my head and putting it on her graphics. That is one of her superpowers, of one of many. But we created this idea of one team, one dream. The one team, one dream concept. And we're going to talk about that today because we created, and I'm saying we, not just me and a lot of these people that are on the call today and leadership of this company, we created just an incredible business opportunity. Now, I understand that it could be very overwhelming to some people, right? So I wanted to present this one team, one dream concept because that's going to parlay into the new house and what we're doing. What do I mean by that? Let me go ahead and change this over to the new house, okay? And by the way, this is the new presentation we're working on. Amber and her team will have this finalized. It's in a PDF format right now, but Aaron is going to change it over to a PowerPoint format, so you'll have that. Do you guys see the purple house? Do you guys see that right now? Those, okay. All right, guys. So the one team, one dream concept comes from the fact that we were watching the Super Bowl, right? A quarterback doesn't do the job of the running back, right? A quarterback throws the ball. A running back usually catches a handoff and runs the ball. Wide receivers run out into the field and hope to get picked on and thrown the ball to, right? In a team format. And in the past, our competition, if you want to call it that, have pigeonholed their niche, if you will, right? Like there's some companies that just do mortgage protection, and they do phenomenally well at mortgage protection. They do much better making money selling you leads than actually you making money. But that is their niche. That's what they do. That's their lane, right? That's their position in the field, if you will, right? There's some companies that just do legal shield, right? Like actually legal shield, right? There's some companies that really focus on IULs and retirement planning and so on and so forth. However, we created an opportunity for you to be able to do all of it, or here's the or, and here's the kicker to this, what we're talking about today. You're able to specialize in one and hand off the stuff that you may not be strong with to somebody who is an expert in that lane, right? So I needed to bring this to the attention of the whole company because we're moving forward with this one team, one dream concept. And I don't need you ever necessarily to feel overwhelmed at any point. And I know you will. This is a big industry. There's a lot of stuff going on. And we're bringing crazy opportunities constantly to the table, right? But I don't need you to be overwhelmed in trying to think, I got to learn everything before I can do anything. Okay? So, having said that, we're going to go back to the house. And where did it go? Hold on. I dropped it. I don't know if you can see it. This is a football, right? This is a football. And I started the conversation of we're going back to basics, right? Going back to basics. And what I mean by that is that, understand what is our crusade. I need everybody to understand what is our crusade. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing presentations on each part of the house, right? And the basic, the fundamental, the primary, I don't know, somebody look up a thesaurus, what we need to all be good at, right, is term life insurance. That is the foundation of the house, okay? I say to you guys, when you're presenting this, you put your hands like this, right? And say, when you build a house, what's the first thing that you put on? And then that's going to be the foundation, right? In the Marine Corps, it was taught every Marine is a basic rifleman. Every person within our entire organization that does anything with us needs to be a basic term life producer, right? Or you should be able to be in a position to produce term life insurance. And for that reason, we mentioned that today we're going to talk about Christmas in July. right? Today is the beginning of a brand new quarter, and our premier carrier, Prosperity, right? I'm going to jump to the announcements, but I'll circle back to the announcement at the end, right? Our premier carrier, Prosperity, in term life insurance, you do 30,000 or more in a quarter, you're going to get paid a 10% bonus. Now, I don't know about you, right? And most of you guys on the call, and some of you guys watching the recording tonight, how does $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 help out for Christmas this year? In addition to commissions, in addition to everything else, right? If you're able to get $3,000, $4,000 in July and put it in an account and then start buying stuff early, so you're not paying the uppity up price, right? You're paying the discount price. My wife is a phenomenal magician at that, right? She's able to like look for deals and Amazon. And so call her if you have any questions on that, right? In addition to everything else that she's doing, she has all the time in the world. She'll coach you on that. Just kidding. But the idea is that if you have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 hitting your account in July, how phenomenal will your Christmas be? And that's on the one product in our term life insurance category. And by the way, next Tuesday, Jamie Leon, which is our rep with Prosperity, will be on. That'll be his call, and we're going to go really deep dive into term life insurance with Prosperity. What are the options and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. Now, watch this. We did make a major change, and Amber again knocked it out of the park with the graphic on it. We do the foundation, but before we put anything in the house, we got to put the what? The roof. And in the past, we had another product in the roof, but moving forward, I'm going to tell you guys, IUL is the roof. And the reason why, I'm going to go back up to this graphic, right? When, again, this is part of the presentation, is the two major biggest problems in the United States of America today are this: die too soon or live too long, right? So when you're doing this presentation, and it'll be in the back office, hopefully the next couple of days here, you start off with saying there's two major issues that we need to address. The high responsibility, the red line, right? Which if you put in a Powerhouse game plan, that should go lower. And then you have the money line, which is your money, little money at the beginning, and you put in a game plan and it should go higher, right? So your die too soon, that's your foundational product term, and your live too long, that's your IUL, where your money works for you. Regardless if you're using this as a recruiting presentation or just a straight up customer presentation, right? Live too long, IULs, that's where we're at. So that needs to be implemented right away. All right, guys, that needs to be implemented right away. And we're going to move this boat, and it's a big boat, right, in this direction. Now, if you feel, listen to me carefully, that you are not yet able to do a full-blown presentation on the IULs, not really quite sure how to do an illustration, not even sure how to log into your NLG portal, right? I highly suggest, and over the next couple of weeks, as we roll this out, that you get with one of these RVPs, with Amber, with Valerie, right? With one of these RVPs, Andres, Renee, that they will help you, right? They'll split the first few deals with you until you learn how to really do it on your own. It's not because we need the money. We need to teach you how to do the business. Because you could hurt yourself and you could hurt the client if you write an IUL in the wrong way, right? So we are going to require people to use a coach, and we'll have this in the website, where who the coaches are and who to reach out to and stuff like that, right? So that in addition to this phenomenal training site that Valerie and Amber are working on right now, which is I'm excited to see that in fruition in the next couple of weeks here, next couple of days. But I know for a fact it'll be better and better every day. So again, that IUL needs to be part of a plan, because the family, the individual that you're talking to, has two major threats: die too soon or live too long. And you need to be dramatic about it, and you need to be able to express this, right? Hey, guy, I'm going to do a tremendous job in preparing a nice game plan for your retirement, but if you die next Tuesday, I need to take your widow a check next week, right? Because if you only made one payment into your investment account, right, and it's a $150 investment that you put into your investment account, your mutual fund, your widow will get $150 minus fees, $150 minus fees. If you put it into an IUL, right, and there's, it's $150 as an example, and I'm not saying an illustration here, just as an example. You put $150 into your IUL, and you die next week, right? Your spouse or your family is going to get whatever you have in term plus whatever you have in that insurance, that face value of that insurance. So that 150 could convert into $200,000 next week, right? That's the beauty of the IUL. And again, I'm going to go into, we're going to have deep dives in the next couple of weeks. I suggest that everybody just joins us on Tuesdays, either on the live call at 1 o'clock or the repeat in the evening, right? Then we start putting the goodies in there. And guys, I'm so excited, right? Valerie I mean, she's super busy right now, going through all these commission reports, making sure everybody gets paid correctly, right? Because literally there's money flying in from all over the place, Aetna and Amber and this and that and the other. She's going to end up like me. Hopefully, she keeps a few more hairs than I do. But she's going crazy right now. But it's so exciting to see some of you guys, making $300 checks already, $500 checks, $1,000 checks, right? We got one guy at $27,000 checks, right? So there's some serious recurring residual income coming in from that health insurance, which is pretty awesome. But in addition, think about how many people are going to, get their life saved or live a better quality of life because they have healthcare, right? And I'm the prime example, right? January of 2016, I got Obamacare, right? Because I hated the other stuff, right? And February, I get diagnosed with diabetes. I didn't even know I had diabetes, but because I got Obamacare, because I was able to book an appointment with a doctor, I was able to go to the doctor, right? We were able to do that. I have another client right now with Medicare who's been in a coma for the past few weeks, and I talked to her son last night. The bill is already racked up over $1.7 million, right? She's one of our Medicare clients, and her responsibility of that is going to be zero, right? Which is pretty awesome, guys. So don't disregard the health insurance as being a life-changing thing. In addition to that, it's something that people can feel tangibly in their lifetime, right? And sometimes people buy life insurance if they're just like in one of these mortgage protection company or final expense companies. They buy this term policies, and things get tight. They don't really see a value. They're like, well, I'm going to be dead when this comes to fruition. Let them figure it out, and they cancel the policy. But with the health side, they can literally get sick at any moment, go to the urgent care, and that'll be covered because they have health insurance, because you put the correct policy in place. Now, we are still doing Legal Shield. However, we're doing a little bit differently. You don't have to become an associate through Legal Shield. We will have forms in the back office that you can fill out, and Amber's working on the referral portals, right, for Legal Shield, for ERC, for health, right? There'll be referral portals where you can refer your customer and get a commission without having to become an associate, right? That's a huge thing that we were able to pull off, and I'm excited about that. The B2B solutions, that's the next level, and I know some of you guys are going to really get excited about this level. And again, if you're not a Legal Shield expert, don't feel bad. Send it to the person who is the Legal Shield expert, as an example, right? If you're not an expert in any one of these things, send it to the person who is an expert. But the B2B solutions, I'm really excited to announce this ERC program, okay? I'm going to play a video today on it. It's a 5-minute video. You should have seen it. If you're not on the Telegram, make sure you get on the Telegram, get with your upline, get with somebody, and get on the team Telegram, because the 5-minute video is going to be there. And ERC is a tax credit, but it's actually giving you a check to the business owners who had 5 or more employees during 2020 and 2021. Let's do some round numbers real quick so that you see why I'm excited about it, because I want to make sure that you guys are getting paid. Number one, this ERC program is going to open the doors to a lot of business owners, because how easy it is to have this conversation. If you walk in, hey, Amber, are you the business owner? Yeah. Okay, listen, I potentially can get you a few $100,000 from the U.S. government. Are you open to having a conversation about that? Right. And then after that, like, okay, can we like now talk about, I got you 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, can we talk about setting your retirement account? So instead of you going on blowing this money on Vegas this weekend, right? Let's set up your IUL, or let's set up your annuity, right? With this cash money. But those of you guys who are taking notes, I recommend you take notes on this. Let's say the employer has 10 employees. Mark Terpstra, listen up. I know you're gonna kill it with this, bro. Let's say your employer has 10 employees. Okay. If the employer has 10 employees, you walk in and we set them up with this plan, and they get the full maximum refund, which is $26,000 per employee. 10 times 26,000 is $260,000. Our base rate, meaning our lowest associate here, right? You just signed an IBA, you're a brand new associate with us, you're gonna get paid 3% of that. 3% of 260,000. Anybody want to do the math? $78,000 US. I'm sorry, $7,800. $7,800 US, which ain't bad money. It's not bad money, right? Now think about this. If you're able to go out there and do maybe 2 a week, right? It's going to take about 5, 6, 7, up to 9 months to get this money, but it is a snowball effect. And there's a crap load of money out there because there's a lot of employers. Today, I'm talking to my brother-in-law who has over 100 employees. Do the math on that. Okay. And I worked out the comp plan. Managers, you guys are going to be around 4% and RVPs 5%. So if you're an RVP right now, and if you're not an RVP, get yourself to RVP like cat quick, right? Because as an RVP, you're going to be making 5%. So if it's 260,000 at 5%, it's $13,000. And guess what, guys? You don't have to learn the product. You don't have to collect the paperwork, right? It's going to be a peek and pass, just like everything else that we have here. But in this case, it's set up already where they have a group of experts, right? So you're going to show them this 5-minute video. I'm going to show you here in a second. You're going to show them the 5-minute video. And from there, you're going to pass, going to make a 3-way call with one of the experts. They worry about answering all the questions. They worry about everything, right? They worry about everything. So it's pretty cool. And again, it's going to take some time to close. But once it closes, now that business owners get a bunch of money. You follow me? And that website for referrals and the videos will be up here very shortly. We're pretty much almost done. Just a couple of last weeks. Keep on the Telegram, and we're going to put it there so that you have access to that. Okay. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is wealth management. Again, I really I'm surprised every time that we put together that we get a wealth management client, because it's the people that you least expected. It's the 67-year-old Medicare recipient that you talk to that retired from her government job in New York City, lives now in Florida, and has $1.7 million, $1.8 million, $2 million, put away that she saved up her whole life, or her husband passed away and left her some money and her retirement account, right? And then all of a sudden, you have a wealth management client. Again, guys, here's another one of those. You don't have to necessarily be licensed. Now, if you want to get your Series 65, you want to learn other programs, you will make more money. No doubt about it. But if you got one of those clients, we pass it on to Mr. Greg Kite, right? He's my partner in the wealth management side. They take care of, putting everything together. And all of a sudden, you pick up a nice residual, right? And depending on the size of the account, that could be substantial money, right? All right. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here a second with let me share sound, and let me open up the video for our ERC program. Okay. Let me maximize this. I'm going to play this in English, but it's in English and in Spanish. So it's pretty much there. This is going to be the site that you're going to go to, jornscpa.com/video. That's their main site. Amber's creating a site for us to have the videos there. And then that's where you'll register your client, and you'll also set up the three-way call with the expert. Okay. So that's coming attractions. But let me play this 5-minute video so that explains to everybody. And by the way, we are live with this right now. So this is not something that we got to wait for the future. We're live, ready to launch right now. I'm going to need a thumbs up if you guys hear sound from this video. Okay, I need a thumbs up.
Hello, this is Tony with Jorns and Associates. Today we'll be discussing the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. The ERC was first introduced in the $2.1 trillion CARES Act back in March of 2020. It earmarked up to $26,000 per employee for business owners who kept employees hired during the pandemic. This is a fully refundable tax credit against the employer portion of Social Security payroll taxes or the Medicare tax, depending on the period you're filing for. It's paid to you directly via a check. It's not a loan. You don't have to ask for forgiveness. You don't have to pay it back. And these funds are not earmarked. You don't need to use them for payroll or operating expenses. The ERC can be utilized at the discretion of the business owner. You claim the ERC by filing an amended 941X quarterly payroll tax return, claiming your credits on lines 18 and 26. There's several misconceptions about the ERC. Many owners do not think they'll qualify because they did not have a revenue decline, or maybe their revenue increased during the pandemic. Maybe they didn't experience any shutdowns, or they received PPP loans and those loans were forgiven. And while these are factors in the process, they certainly do not disqualify your business from receiving the ERC funds. The qualification process is extremely thorough. Our team will go through gross receipts, revenue sectors. We'll look at your day-to-day operations, your supply chain, basically how the pandemic affected your day-to-day business throughout 2020 and 2021. The scope of engagement is pretty straightforward. You can connect us with your CPA, your bookkeeper, payroll team, so we can get all the documents necessary to file the ERC on your behalf. You'll complete our basic client questionnaire, get us any PPP loan information, provide us with your original 941 returns, so then we can file the 941X amended returns with the IRS and claim the ERC funds. We do not guarantee any specific refund amount until we have all your payroll data and we can run the calculations. We do guarantee that our calculations are accurate. We do guarantee that our filings with the IRS as a paid preparer are compliant with program rules and regulations. And we do provide long-term audit support and carry E&O insurance with up to $1 million per client. The service fee structure creates zero risk for business owners who decide to work with Jorns and Associates. We have a contingency fee of 20% on the amount of credits delivered, and we charge a fully refundable deposit of $2,600 due at signing. If for whatever reason your company does not qualify for the ERC program, we refund the $2,600 immedately. If you do qualify, then we'll invoice you for the 20% contingency fee minus the $2,600 deposit you paid at signing. So that is credited towards your fee. So if you get paid by the IRS, you owe us money. If you don't get any money from the IRS, you owe us nothing. We have software performed calculations to eliminate human error, and we have a fully audit-ready package, which includes our compliance services. If you want to move forward with our ERC program, the associate that you're working with can send you an engagement letter that you can sign, remit the fully refundable deposit, provide us with your completed questionnaire and the required documents, your revenue spreadsheet, the 941s, the payroll documents, your PPP loan details. We'll have an onboarding specialist assigned to your file so you have a point of contact to help you through this process from beginning to end. Our CPAs will prepare all the filing documents, send it over for your team to review. The documents will be signed, mailed to the IRS, And in approximately 14 to 20 weeks, you'll receive your check from the IRS. Once you get paid, we'll have you pay us the remaining balance for the contingency fee, and that's due after you get your check. There's plenty of information about the ERC on the irs.gov website. You have to go through all the different PDFs, and you can also review the CARES Act, the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, and now the new infrastructure bill will have an effect on the guidance. So you have to keep up with everything, which our team will do that on your behalf. The bottom line is there's over $1 trillion earmarked right now for businesses just like yours. And right now, that $1 trillion+ is sitting in the United States Treasury's account. Connect with one of our associates today and let us help you move those funds out of the Treasury's account and into your business account where they truly belong.
So that is the last piece of the puzzle for now. We have a couple of other things that we're going to be adding, like mortgages and stuff like that in Florida and Texas. But for now, today, that is our business opportunity. That is your business opportunity. Presentation will be in the back office very soon here by the end of this week, hopefully. And the actual link for the page where this video will be, where the link to schedule time with the experts will be, and where the link where you are going to report and submit the application will be, right? That'll be here in the next couple of, hopefully the next couple of days. We are working on it. I know Amber's been working on it all weekend. She has a couple of touches to finish up on, but that'll be ready to go. Some of you guys want to do B2B, right? And you've been asking me for a long time. This is the perfect opportunity to get into that B2B space, business to business space, right? If you want to start talking to business owners, if you want to have something to go and open doors, knock on doors with, right? And get into whatever businesses, guys. There's, doctor's offices, if you have more than 10 employees, right? Most doctor's offices have more than 10 employees, right? Restaurants, if you have more than 10 employees, right? There's so many different landscapers. There's so many ways to get into businesses that have more than 10 employees that qualify for this. And I got to tell you guys, I felt like Ned in the third grade last week, sitting in that table, right? I called Valerie. I sent her a text right under the table. I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous, right? Everybody in the table is making like hundreds of thousands. One guy's making $2.4 million a week. I know it sounds crazy numbers, guys, but this is the United States Treasury that's just giving out all this money, right? They just gave $100 billion to Ukraine, so obviously they can print it, right? They can make it happen. But anyways, one guy was sitting at the table, made only $72,000 last week, and was looking for a bridge to jump off of, right? He was feeling bad for himself at $72,000 for the week, right? Which is phenomenal. But anyways, that is a product that we have already on the shelf. We're ready to go with this. This is something that Amber, I do not see it, but if you want to show it, share it, I'm cool with that. And then Mark is asking, what are the taxes involved on this government money? Great question. Great question. So Mark, what we'll do is we'll show you the video and then I'll set you up with an expert. No, for our purposes, and here's something that we do have to kind of keep on hush for now. But the person that introduced me, who's helping us develop this, is Mr. Brian Carruthers. Some of you guys know him from Legal Shield. He's my good buddy. He's the one that introduced us to that. He'll be helping us, him and his team will be helping us develop that, and which is phenomenal, right? But there is no license required, and we can do that today. Not only is there no license required, if you have friends overseas, like in Central or South America, and they are cool with getting on the phone and calling business owners, they can also get paid. So if you're an RVP and you got somebody in Central America making these calls, right, they'll get paid as an associate at 3%. Which is not bad money, because if you make $700-800 and you live in Honduras, that is a boatload of money, right? If you live in Colombia, that's a boatload of money. And you're the RVP, you're at $13,000, so you make that spread, right? You make that spread of $5,200 or whatever, right? Give or take $1. Pretty kick butt opportunity, guys. Valerie told me to keep it under 30 minutes. I think I'm at the 30-minute marker right now. Amber, do you have something for us right now?
I don't have my computer with me, but specifically, what are you looking for? Because I didn't hear what you said.
You said that there was a video that you worked on over the weekend for this?
Oh, for the one team, one dream for the you can specialize in anything you want. I did create a video for that.
Okay, is that going to be on our website, on our training site?
It absolutely could be. What I was going to do once you checked it out was I was going to put it on Telegram so everybody can see it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So guys, we're working diligently, putting a lot of pieces together. Your job is very simple. Number one, go make money. You have a lot of opportunities here on the shelf to go make money, right? There's no reason why you should have a boss, right? I'm not mad at anybody for having a boss. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of opportunities here to go make money on your pen. And number two, go build a freaking army. The bigger your army, the bigger your paycheck. Bottom line, that's how it's going to go down. He or she who has the biggest army will have the biggest paychecks, no question about it. Sending it up to Michigan, Mr. Mark Turtle, your call, sir.
All right. So do we have a video right now that we can shoot out to people for the business side, that business thing, or no?
Yeah, right now that's the video, which is Join CPA. I'll put that on the Telegram. But Amber will have that page, which is going to be like a capture page, where you'll have the videos on the page. They'll have the link to send to submit the file, and then you'll also have the link to report it as your client, right? So we can respect everybody's hierarchy and stuff like that. But right now, I'll put the link for the videos on the website, on the Telegram. If you're not on the Telegram, get with somebody or send me a text message, 305-409-6835, 305-409-6835. Send me a text message and I'll be happy to add you to the Telegram. Okay, I'll send you a link to get on the Telegram. Mrs. Torres, do you have anything for us to report now?
Just mentioning that we are already ready to send out the links for the international. So for the invites, so we will be sending that out between today and tomorrow.
That's a great point, and thank you for reminding me that I forgot completely. So
it's a whole other one of the floors of the house. We have the same house for international now, which is pretty exciting because we have term for international and we have savings accounts for retirement, and we even have annuities. So that's pretty exciting. Some of us, we were in a call with May, who's our rep at Manhattan Trust. It was a Spanish call, so I apologize. She does speak English, but not proficient in English, so she preferred to do it in Spanish. But we can certainly refer that business. You can do it in the U.S. with people from overseas, and you can also have people overseas that can generate the business and they can get paid without having a license. And so that's with our Manhattan Trust carrier, and those are the links that I was talking about.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, so everything in the house that you see here, we'll be able to do. We'll be able to do term life insurance. We're able to do health insurance. We're able to do index annuities as well as wealth management, all with on the international side. So the way that we're rolling it out, we're going to contract leaders first. We're going to start top bottom, right? To make sure the leaders are set up so that the hierarchies fall in correctly in place and stuff like that. So if you are, I think RVP or above, you should be getting the links in the next 5 or 6 days. If you are a manager, it'll probably take a few more days after that. And then if you're an associate, it'll take a few days after that, just because we want to make sure that we put everybody correctly in the system. Manhattan Trust is going to be our first carrier on the life side. We're going to get really good at them, right? We do have about 4 others, but we pretty much Manhattan does everything that we need them to do. So we're going to get relevant in the room with Manhattan on the term life and the wealth management. They even have annuities, right? That we can do with Manhattan. So that's a international product. You'll be able to sign up people. If you have right now people to sign up outside of the U.S., we're going to use the corporate address here in Florida. So I'll put that corporate address on the Telegram, so you can have them if they're in Mexico or something like that. They need to sign up. They can sign up with our corporate address for now. We will have payments be mailed out to them or sent to their. When they set up their contracting, direct deposit will be sent to them directly. Okay, but as far as their address for signing up for Powerhouse, we're going to use the corporate address for now. Okay, but yeah, we are able to do international. We're super excited about that, and we'll be training on that as well. So be on the lookout. We may have special calls. I know that Amber said that I'm like squirrel, and I am, and I apologize for that. But I'm trying to get information, as fast as I get it, and I can synthesize it. I want to get it to you guys as fast as possible. So we will be having some special calls for ERC. We will be having some special calls for international outside of our Monday calls. Mondays at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing our health training, Medicare 1 week, ACA the next week, Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then Tuesdays, we're going to start back to these calls here, which is our corporate call, which will have trainings every week on the different aspects of the house. And then we'll do a replay. Stand by for the replay. I will tell you that if you go in your back office, which is app.powerhousefin.com. Are you guys seeing this on my screen? You guys see in the back office here? Right? If you go into your back office, guys, up on the top, there's a calendar of events here, right? Please check in with that periodically, because here's where we're going to put all of the calls for the week and stuff like that. I will have this updated in the next couple hours or so, but every Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern, and if you go in here, it's a calendar that it knows where it knows it knows where you're at, right? So it'll adjust the timing to your time zone, right? But Mondays at 1 o'clock, and then Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, and then replay. I'll check with Mark, but I believe he's still going to do it for 8 o'clock Eastern time, right? So your calendar will tell you. And then here we're going to put in the rest of the calls. Just as the last announcement here for right now, our corporate office will be closed this week on Thursday and Friday for a religious holiday, and we will resume full-blown activities on Monday. That's all I have for right now. Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
I think Mark has.
Mr. Mark, do you have another question, or did you just keep your hand raised?
Oh no, I didn't know how to. I didn't know. I thought it just went away, but
Okay.
All
That was
right,
making
guys.
sure before we cut you out.
So I kept it under 30 minutes. Guys, feel free to reach out to us if you need us. We're all here. We're putting a lot of things together to make this the best opportunity out there in the industry. Got a couple other tricks on my sleeve that I'm working on right now, and I'm sure I will blow everybody away with them. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. But for right now, I think we have a pretty decent, complex, and comprehensive opportunity. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. And for those of you guys watching the recording, have a good night. Love you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.